Hey there, it's Steve from Serious Keto, and this is the Not So Serious Keto video podcast. This one is going to be, I think, pretty short. And the reason for that is twofold. One is this is the latest in any week that I've recorded the podcast. It's late Sunday afternoon. Usually I record this as early as Thursday, sometimes as late as Saturday, but never this late in the week. So it's been sort of a hectic schedule for me lately. Additionally, I just got done working out. So if I still seem a little bit pink, perhaps a little shiny from perspiration, and I'm talking fast because I drank a Rain energy drink as part of my workout, you know what's going on. But what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about a subject from last week. And this could be just a single subject podcast and over fairly soon. Because I talked last week about the video that Dr. Eric Berg did on censorship and keto censorship and being silenced, and how I felt that maybe that was a little bit dramatic, by him. And I think a lot of the responses by people have been a little bit dramatic. Interestingly, the day after I released that podcast, I got an email from YouTube with basically a takedown notice. They said, we're removing one of your videos for violation of the terms and conditions or something like that. I saw it and I just thought, okay, cool. Let's see what it's all about. What video is it? And it was my 1 year apple cider vinegar video. So my results of drinking apple cider vinegar on me and my reflux, my GERD, and answering frequently asked questions. Now, I'm pretty familiar with YouTube's terms and conditions, and I try and be very careful about the things that I say. What's interesting is there's the things that I can say, which are very limited, and then there's things that people can say in the comments, which is pretty much, it's the Wild West out there. I felt like I was ready. I was ready to appeal right away because I felt that I was in the right. I knew that I hadn't violated any of the terms. So specifically, the things that people need to look out for, and probably especially anybody talking about anything that's alternative health, is you can't really state something as a fact. You can say like it may or it might, but I think you're perfectly in the clear if you're just relating your own personal experiences, which is what I did in the apple cider vinegar video. I'm saying I'm not an expert, I'm not a doctor of any sort. I'm not a chiropractor, I don't have a degree, I don't have a PhD, nothing. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a guy. I'm a guy who decided to experiment on himself and, based on some other videos I'd seen on YouTube, and I got rid of my acid reflux. And here's how it works. Here's what it did for me. Here's whether or not it may or may not work for you. But I really felt that I was safe with that video. It turns out, as I dug down deeper into their reason for wanting to pull the video, was I had included a link to healthline.com in the video, talking about potential benefits of apple cider vinegar, which they considered either a scam or spam or misinformation or something. So I thought, you know what, I don't even need to appeal this. I'll just go and I'll delete the link and everything is good. And it is. But it's a reminder that for those of us who are doing any sort of content, and I think keto could be considered by some people sort of alternative health, we need to be careful about some of the things that we say. We can relate personal experience. Like I can say, and this is the truth, in 4 summers of being on keto, I have not been bit by a mosquito. I can't, however, say, if you are on keto, you will not be bit by a mosquito. So, you see the difference? One, personal experience, the other, making a claim. And I think that's where there's a potential concern. Just, you need to know how to walk that line. Now, there are some people that are making claims that it's the World Health Organization that is driving the agenda of YouTube and that is what is silencing or censoring channels that talk about alternative health practices or keto. And I don't know. I have no proof one way or the other on that. But having spent some time in the business world, I can tell you that liability and lawsuits are a big, big issue. And I think YouTube doesn't want to be sued by anybody. I mean, they're in the business of making money. They don't want to be in the business of getting sued. So one of the things, a concept, and this might be getting boring to people, but there's the concept of joint and several liability, which means when a person sues multiple parties, all of them are liable. So if I said something if you're on keto, you will not be bit by a mosquito, and someone gets bit by a mosquito and decides to sue me and YouTube and anybody that advertises on my channel for $5 million. Well, Steve doesn't have $5 million. So Steve, says, okay, I'll just, go bankrupt, or I'll fold up my tent here on Serious Keto and we're done with it. Well, the remaining balance, whatever I don't pay, then they go after YouTube because they've got deep pockets. And this is the reason why when I was at GE, we said no on sponsorship for a lot of things. If someone would come up, the local Rotary Club, and say, hey, do you want to sponsor Blues Fest? For $5,000, we'll put up a sign that says sponsored by GE. GE would say no, because you're serving alcohol there, and if someone gets in a crash, guess who they're coming after? They're going to come after Blues Fest, they're going to come after the Rotary Club, and especially they're going to come after GE, which is a little bit incongruent given that every GE function I've ever been to has just been overflowing with alcohol, but you get the picture. YouTube doesn't want to get sued, so they're going to probably walk a more conservative line in terms of what people can say on their channel. But this brings me back to another point that Dr. Berg made in his video, which was, is the algorithm going to start to push us, keto or any alternative health, but I'm mostly concerned about keto, push keto off to the side in favor of anti-keto or standard American diet videos? And that's possible. But I want to reiterate the point that I made last week, which is YouTube is in the business of making money. YouTube makes money by selling ads. YouTube is going to pay attention to what people watch, and it's going to promote it. So as we think about special interest groups, remember that we, the keto community, we're a special interest group. We do have power. We can affect the algorithm. If you do a search on keto recipes, keto, whatever, keto pasta, and the first video that pops up is something that says, keto will kill you, you know what? Go ahead, open that video, click thumbs down, and close it. Because the other thing that YouTube does look at is they look at an abandonment. That didn't come out of my mouth real well. Abandonment rate. So they will look at how long someone watches a video before they quit watching a video. So if you get out and watch this thing for 30 seconds, skip the ad, hit thumbs down, and leave, at the very least what happens is your personal algorithm is going to start to be affected. It's going to recognize that you don't want to see this type of video, this anti-keto video. Now, I've heard some people argue that even when you click thumbs down, it's a measurement of engagement. I don't know necessarily that that's true. I had asked I've got like a personal representative at YouTube, it's like the YouTube Partner Program. I had asked her about it, and she said, no, I don't think that's true. But what does happen is it's sort of like when you're on Spotify or something and you're listening to a random playlist and you can like thumbs up or thumbs down. Whoops, that was a sideways. Thumbs up or thumbs down something. It gradually learns what you like and is going to give you music that's like that. YouTube behaves the same way, but with video content. So what can you do? Besides getting out and thumbs downing, the stuff that is anti-keto, you can go into the keto videos, watch keto videos. Hit thumbs up. This is why content creators are always saying, hit that like button, leave a comment, share, because all of these things help promote a channel in the algorithm. And whether it's my channel or whether it's any of the other hundreds of keto channels that are out there, as you are supporting not just those channels, but you are supporting keto as a movement, and you are supporting it in the algorithm by hitting the thumbs up, hitting the like button, hitting share, leaving some sort of a comment. You do have power. So don't underestimate what you are capable of doing, and don't forget that YouTube is in the business of making money and satisfying its viewers. And if there is a representative percentage of people that do keto on YouTube that is equal to the percentage of people that just do keto, like here in the US, that's at least 10%. 10% of their audience. Do you think they're willing to throw away 10% of their audience? I don't think so. So exercise that power. Now, as I look at my list for the podcast this week, it is far too random. Honestly, there is no sort of cohesion, no way to really segue it together. I think I would be better suited to wait a week and see if I can't come up with a better, more cohesive podcast. And as a result, I'm going to end this one early. No mid-ad break, anything like that. I'll throw a couple videos up over here if you want to keep watching stuff. Get a little bit more of Steve. But in the meantime, thanks for watching.